podcasters? We are back for episode 4. It is Victor Freeze.
Mac and Marty over here, you know.
Oh man, that's old me. It's new me.
We had to switch it up on y'all one time.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. This is week 4. Last weekend, don't have much to say. Injuries still plague the league, especially now the Titans. It was the Titans, right, that had the COVID outbreak?
Yep, they had the COVID outbreak, so keep an eye out.
Oh, was it the Vikings or the Titans?
Vikings and Titans, because they played last week, so they both gotta figure out what the hell.
So there might be a bye week for those teams. I was listening earlier, so you gotta stay tuned to that. They might move bye weeks around and shit. I don't know, but you just gotta stay tuned because you gotta figure out what players you have and shit. It's just COVID's fucking shit up, man. Like we said in the first episode, you gotta be prepared this season.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you know, business as usual. Week in, week out, we're gonna run it back like Mariano says. We got 2 topics for you guys this week. What are they, Mariano?
We got Start 'em, Sit 'em, right? And then we also have Ride the Wave. Yeah, like that. And then we also have Abandoned Ship, right? So Ride the Wave is basically all the players that are doing well. I put a little twist on it. It's the players that you just have to enjoy it while you have it, right? Because for me, I ain't riding too much anyways. I ain't riding anyways this year, but it's all good. You know, I've been right on some calls and also wrong on calls as well. So again, we're just gonna keep the punches, keep it moving.
Hopefully, you could recover this season, right?
Yeah, we'll see. See if I can pull some off.
But yeah, man. So let's get to it. We're gonna go with the Start 'em, Sit 'em. You, me.
I'll start.
All right, go for it.
For my first stardom is Tyler Boyd. So throughout 3 weeks of the season, he's had 26 targets and 21 receptions. As of late, he's really come on, I think, because Joe Burrow's finally getting settled in the offense.
And they're throwing hella fucking passes over there.
Yeah, they're throwing the rock, man. They're throwing it.
Slinging that. They're trusting the rookie.
Yes, sir. Tyler Boyd's the first one.
I thought you had something else to say. I was waiting for you. Going on to my first start, I have Anthony Lazard, especially if Adams sits out for another week. You definitely want to start that guy. Fun fact, Aaron Rodgers has the perfect passer rating when he throws Lazard's way. Damn. So, you know, that's one of his favorite targets when Adams is out. So start Anthony Lazard if Adams is out.
I like it.
If not, if he's out, if he's in, then he's a good flex play, at least. So I'll say that.
Yeah, big time. For my next one is Todd Gurley. Green Bay gave up a lot of points to AK or Alvin Kamara last week. So I'm just kind of hoping Todd Gurley, he'll most likely find the end zone. I'm confident in that. There's 6 points right there, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of overreaction to Brian Hill's big 40-yard play touchdown, but it was like garbage time. So yeah, don't pick him up off the waiver wire. It might be too late because we're filming this Tuesday night. So if you picked him up, you're fucked. I'm sorry. Yeah. Don't reach for Brian Hill. But Todd Gurley, he should definitely find his way into the end zone. And like we were talking about earlier, he gets the use in previous podcasts, he gets the usage on the offense. He gets those 20 touches, so that's what you want to see. Going on to my next stardom, I have TJ Hawkinson, and he is going up against the defense that gives up the most points to fantasy tight ends, which is the Saints.
Okay.
And he has 5 targets per game.
Mostly because of Darren Waller.
Darren Waller, basically those stats, but he's a dynamic tight end, and definitely start him.
Not to throw a wrench in it or nothing. You know what I mean?
Darren Waller fucked up those stats.
Yeah, I should have listened. Hey, I called that too. I called sit Darren Waller last week.
You did?
Yeah, so
it was a good call.
I knew that Bill Belichick, takes away.
I told people to sit him too, because we know Bill Belichick takes away, like you're talking about right now.
He takes away your best player.
Exactly.
For my next stardom this week,
is better.
It's going to be Darren Waller. They're playing a good defense in the Bills this week. The Raiders are. But I just expect to see a bounce back game. I think with how vital he is to the offense, he has to.
Yeah, especially how thin our wide receivers are right now.
Yeah.
We lost our 2 rookies, basically.
Yeah.
It might be out this week. Brian Edwards is in the cast, and Ruggs is dealing with the hamstring, right?
Yeah. So that's the rough thing, So really, Derek Carr's got to get him the ball big time. And I think it's going to happen. So
exactly. Going on to my next stardom, I have CeeDee Lamb on the Cowboys. However, I got an asterisk over here. It's PPR only, but I will start him. He's getting at least 5 targets a game, or 5 receptions a game, excuse me. And he's getting at least 50 yards. So that's good for at least 10 points. So he's a good flex start. And, in games, especially where they're covering Gallup and Amari Cooper, he's going to get a lot more look, and then he's going to get bigger numbers. I think until one of those receivers, either Amari or Gallup, gets off the team, he's going to be a surefire number 1. But right now, he's going to be a good flex starter.
Yeah, since we're talking about Cowboys, I got a Cowboy for my next one, too. I got Amari Cooper.
Hello.
We've been talking shit about Amari Cooper all season.
I know. He's been doing decently, though.
Yeah.
It's just like Austin Hooper with me last season. Talking so much shit about him.
Exactly, right? We've been talking head about him. But when I looked into a little bit of the stats, Amari Cooper has 35 targets in 3 weeks, right? So that averages more than 10 targets a game. That's stellar production from any receiver. So if you're going to get that many opportunities to touch the ball, I think this week you definitely got to start him.
Yeah, no doubt. Going on to my next stardom, I have Jeff Wilson Jr. over there on the 49ers. They're going up against Philly, and throughout the weeks, Philly, their linebacking core, has had a hard time keeping up with the pass-catching backs, and Wilson displayed that in his first week as a co-starter with McKinnon, that he does well in the passing game. He did most of his damage in the passing game. So I'm going to say go ahead and start that boy Jeff Wilson.
For my last stardom, I got Allen Robinson. So Allen Robinson had a good game last week, and I'm pretty sure it's because Nick Foles came into the game. So this week, I want to see, I kind of want to ride that wave, as I'll kind of sublet to.
Set it up for later.
Right? Allen Robinson, mostly because Nick Foles is starting at quarterback.
Yeah. Bring some new life in there. Mitchell Trubisky's bunk ass.
Yeah.
Going on to my next stardom, I got Jared Goff. They're playing the Giants this week, right? He slept the first week. Jared Goff was nowhere on the radar, right? He put up like 10 fantasy points. Last 2 weeks, he's put up like monster games. I forget the actual numbers, but he put up decent games, right? And he's playing the Giants defense that allowed Nick Mullins to put up 300 passing yards on them with no wide receivers. The 49ers wide receivers are hurt, bro. Yeah. So I think Sean McVay and a group of healthy wide receivers
go crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So start Jared Goff over there in Los Angeles.
There you go. We going on to sit-ems?
Sit them motherfuckers.
Sit them up down. So for my first sit-em, I got Adam Thielen. He's only had 21 targets in the first 3 weeks of the season.
You've been hating on Thielen this season.
I'm not big on Thielen. And as you can see, Justin Jefferson went off this week. Stupid. Right? They're just missing that second target,
like Diggs,
like Diggs was.
Yeah.
But yeah, Adam Thielen just hit that boy this week.
Going on to my first sit-em, I have a quick, straight to the point, easy one.
Okay.
Cam Newton. Ooh. You saw what the Kansas City Chiefs did to Lamar Jackson. Cam Newton ain't Lamar Jackson, man. Maybe back in his day, but not right now.
I hope he balls out against the Chiefs. So.
I hope so too, because they're in our division, and I fucking hate the Chiefs. So hopefully he balls out, but it's not looking good based on the way that they dealt with Lamar Jackson. Mariano knows firsthand.
Yes, unfortunately.
Sorry.
Anyone in our league watching this, come get Lamar. I'll even pair up Mike Evans with him. Shoot me an offer.
All right, go on to your next one, Mariano.
Yeah, so since we're on the topic of New England, my second sit is New England's defense. Definitely a sit this week. And it's because they're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. So you don't play any defense that's playing Kansas City that week. sit them boys.
Lamar. Pat will find a way to put up 4 touchdowns in 1 quarter, bro. That's crazy.
Falling down, drifting away, not looking. I mean, you name it, he does it.
Yeah. So. My next sit-em, I have all the Giants running backs. Don't touch none of the motherfuckers.
No.
None
I
of
picked
them.
up Wayne Gallman. That was a dead.
Bro, literally none of them did good. None of the 3 running backs did good.
Saquon wasn't doing good.
Yeah, Saquon wasn't doing good.
He's one of the best backs
And
in the league.
We called it last week. If Saquon can't get it done, Freeman's not going to get it done with that line. Lewis isn't going to get it done, and Gallman isn't going to get it done. And it's just a mess. It's a committee, and you don't want no part of that. So I don't start any of the Giants running backs.
I'm with it. Yeah, I'm with that. My next one is Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is...
Oh, no, I don't. My bad.
No, you're good. Yeah, Carson Wentz has been playing horrible. He has 6 interceptions in 3 games. And on top of that, this week he's playing against the San Francisco 49ers. Just don't play him. I mean, Gardner Minshew is a free agent in our league. You just dropped him.
Yeah.
I'd run him this week over Carson. You know,
Minshew just pissed me off because I still won that league, but he only got 11 points, so I had to drop his ass in all my leagues, bro.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck
against
are you doing?
Miami?
Yeah, bro, what the fuck are you doing, bro? See,
Come on, man.
I dropped him because I was pissed off. You could do the same. I wouldn't be mad at you guys if you guys did the same either. Going on to my next sit-em. This is Mariano's boys, Corey Davis over there in Tennessee, man. I think since AJ Brown's coming back this week, I think his production slows down a little bit. And also, they're facing a good secondary in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. And also, sit him because they might not fucking play this weekend because of COVID.
And I started his ass last week, and he didn't do shit for me. So, yeah, I'm about to drop his ass. If I could just drop someone and not pick anyone up, I would. After what he did to me last week. So, that's kind of where I'm at on Corey Davis.
Shit. Who you got next, Marlon?
So, my next one is Miles Sanders. It's short, sweet, simple. Philly sucks this year, so I'm just not playing.
2 for 1 Carson Wentz and Miles Sanders.
Philly sucks.
2 for 1 special.
Their head coach is going to be gone. Mark the tape now.
Play it back later.
We'll play it back later. 100%. Doug Peterson's going to be gone after this season, so yeah, that's it.
All right, and going on to I think I'm on my last one. Oh, I skipped one, bro. Stupid. Leonard Fournette is my next sit-em.
Okay.
It's a mess in the backfield. Leonard Fournette got the chance, and then somehow they didn't feed him again the next week. I don't know what's going on with that. And then also they're facing a good defense in the Chargers too. So I don't know. I want some straight answers from that backfield before I start Leonard Fournette.
Well, that's Tom Brady's show, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you hear what Leonard Fournette said about Tom Brady?
Oh, he said I finally got a good quarterback or something?
No, he said I expect, or he like, I don't know how to explain it, but...
What did he say? What did he say?
He was saying like, do you have like high expectations for Tom Brady or something like that? And he said, damn straight. Like, damn right you have high expectations. Like, you better show us what you're about. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. The way that the interview kind of went, it sounded like he was kind of calling out Tom Brady. That was just my perception of it.
Oh, gotcha.
But you don't call out that man, that nigga ain't gonna hand you the ball no more. I'm telling you.
He's like, Rojo's the running back
He's
now.
like, who's back here? Leonard Fournette. Change.
Rojo.
Yeah, exactly. Kill. He's going to a pass play.
Who you got next, Mariano? It's your last one, right?
Yeah. For my last one, it's Naheem Hines. So I had him on, I still have him in one of my leagues, but this is the Jonathan Taylor show.
Yeah.
He's the bell cow now. That's the one rookie running back that I wish I would have got.
Damn, such a good value too. They're late in rounds.
He
but
was
you
so late.
You can't predict the Marlon Mack injury, to be honest.
Yeah, Marlon Mack injury, and I mean, since Marlon Mack's been around, it's been a running back by committee show. So you never would have known or been able to tell.
Yeah. But if you took the flyer on him. you're
making out. You're coming out ahead.
Like
right
Blue in our league, he's the number one player because he took the flyer on Jonathan Taylor, and he had 3 good running backs on his team. So, some stuff you can never predict. It's a cold game in this fantasy world.
Cold world.
Going on to my last sit-em, I have Jimmy Graham, and I think everyone's just being What do you got, Mariano? What's up?
Let me take that off of there, man. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll
still be there.
He had a decent week last week, right? I think everyone's just being nostalgic of the old Jimmy Graham. And he's going up against a good defense this week. That's the Colts. We saw the Colts put up like 20 fantasy points on defense last week.
Yeah.
They had a bad week one outing against the freaking Jaguars, but they've been making up for it the last 2 weeks, and they're real deal defense. So.
And they got Trey Burton too.
Exactly.
Another.
Yeah, they got another tight end. Yeah. So, definitely sit Jimmy Graham this week for sure.
That's your last one, man.
That's my last one.
All right, cool.
Oh, you finished yours too, huh?
Yep.
All right, that ends the stardom sit-em for week 4. Moving on to the next segment, we have Ride the Wave and Abandon Ship. We already explained that, right? Mm-hmm. In the beginning of the segment. So Ride the Wave, continue with the greatness, Abandon Ship, get away from that player before it's too late and you sink with him and your season is done. Mm-hmm. Mariano, since I just ended, do you want to go?
Yeah, so let me start off by saying I tried to tell y'all.
He tried to tell you. He did. He was saying it every episode.
I tried to tell y'all, Josh Allen is a bad man.
I'm scared. We got
Did I send you the video?
Which video?
There was a highlight of him. Bro, it's just nasty. He's just... I'll send you the video. It's when he's like stiff arming the dude to the ground.
Oh, yeah. I seen that. Yeah.
It's nasty. So this dude last year balled out. He's balling out this year. He very well may be the fantasy MVP of this season. Putting up a ton of points. He's throwing it. He's running it. You name it. He's doing it. He's kind of having the Lamar Jackson of last year.
Yeah.
So far in the first 3 weeks of the season.
Him, Russ, and Patrick Mahomes are just playing amazing. Even Aaron Rodgers is playing amazing.
Everyone except Lamar.
Everyone except Lamar. Well, and speaking of Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to use that as a transition onto my first Ride the Wave.
There you go.
Like Aaron Rodgers, as I said earlier, last week I said he's going to finish as a top 3 quarterback in fantasy. He's just so comfortable in that offense with Matt LaFleur. He's not showing his age like some of the other quarterbacks, aka Drew Brees. He can still throw the ball deep. We saw him slinging the rock down the field, puts up numbers, and he's comfortable. And that's the worst thing you could do is get a good quarterback comfortable in the system, bro. He's just darting people all day, bro. So, ride the wave with Aaron Rodgers for sure.
Yeah, I like it. My next one is Alvin Kamara, AK. He's having a bounce back year for sure. Last year was horrendous, and I know personally because I had him on my team. He had some good games here and there last year, but this week it just seems every week for the first 3 weeks, killing it. And especially with Michael Thomas still being out, he's still going to get the fair share of the entire offense. So
my running back one, call it right now. We're going to bring back the tapes.
There you go.
Yeah. Going on to my next Ride the Wave, I have Jonnu Smith. He's just a young, athletic tight end. He reminds me of Darren Waller, but without the whole drug story and whatever, you know?
Right.
He's on a great team, great offense. Tannehill likes getting him the ball, too. And he just has so much upside for me. He's a nice, young, athletic tight end, and they're using him great on that offense, just like the Raiders did with Waller last season.
Yeah. No, I like it. I picked him up last year. My next one's Calvin Ridley. 21 catches, 349 yards, and 4 touchdowns in the first 3 weeks of the season.
I mean, it's a monster.
If he keeps that up, he's going to be top 5 wide receiver? Top 2?
Top three. D-Hop and him are the top 2 right now. I don't know. I don't even know who 3 would be, to be honest. I haven't looked at the other stats like that, but I know for sure they're the top 2, hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That boy's balling right now.
You called that earlier too, Mariano. makes some good calls. He just doesn't follow his own advice. That's
it.
He just doesn't follow his own advice.
See, I thought I had an ace in the hole. I thought I had secrets that nobody else knew about. But them motherfuckers didn't work at all.
All right, going on to my next ride the wave. I have Keenan Allen. He's been an elite wide receiver. I've always said Keenan Allen is an elite wide receiver. He's up there with the D-Hops, with the Michael Thomases. The man is nice as a wide receiver. He's just dealt with injury, bad quarterback play. You name it, he's dealt with it all. But now that we have Justin Herbert in the offense, has some new life in the offense. And, a young quarterback loves an elite wide receiver to throw to. And also, he's second in targets behind DeAndre Hopkins. So he has the second most targets as a wide receiver. So keep on rocking with that, man. I know he had a bad first 2 games, and he had an explosive game. I think he's going to be consistent throughout the rest of the season, especially Herbert is that quarterback.
Yep. Yeah, I like that a lot. My next one, ride the wave, is Jimmy Graham.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. And the real reason why, I mean, he's had 3 touchdowns in 3 games, right? And again, Nick Foles is at quarterback, so I would expect some more consistency at the quarterback position.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Again, they do have Trey Burton, but just ride the wave of Jimmy Graham, man. See what he's going to do.
Yeah, especially you could just pick him up and you could just be chilling there.
Yeah.
He doesn't take up a spot, you know?
Yep.
Going on to my next ride the wave, I have Josh Jacobs. A lot of people are frustrated the last 2 weeks because he had such an explosive game in week 1. You know, he put up three touchdowns, over 30 fantasy points. Everyone was so hyped. And then following week, he put up 12 points. And then the following week, he put up like 7.9, something like that, right? He's facing good teams these last couple of weeks. He's going to continue to face good teams. We have Buffalo, we have Tampa Bay, we have the Chiefs coming up. He's going to have some rough patches, I'm not going to lie. But Josh Jacobs is going to be used as a bell cow. We're going to run first. We're going to run the ball down every team's throat. He's not going to score 3 touchdowns every game. Nobody does that.
Right.
Just be realistic, you guys. Josh Jacobs is still a bell cow back, and he's going to get the usage that you want out of him. Just be patient. He's not going to get those 3 touchdowns every week. Just be realistic. You feel me?
Yep. For my next one, right, this dude is going to be the 2020 Raheem Mostert, right? Raheem Mostert in 2019 killed the game, especially towards the end of the year, right? So for my last one is Darrell Henderson. He scored 19 points in the last 2 games. And I think he's just slowly winning over that main spot at the running back position.
They finally got it figured out over there?
Yeah, they finally got it out. It's going to be Darrell Henderson.
Fucking shit show over there.
Yeah.
Thought it was a Cam Akers show. We were hyping up Cam Akers.
And then it was Malcolm Brown.
Malcolm Brown went off.
And then Darrell Henderson. So
it's like it's not so much of a committee no more. That's a good thing for fantasy players.
Right.
In my last ride the wave is David Montgomery. He had a bad game last week due to game script. I think he only put up like 6 points or something. However, Tariq Cohen is out for the season. He tore his ACL, I believe. So he's going to get so much more work now. And David Montgomery's a back that he gets those 20 carries, he produces, bro. He had 1 good game so far this season. I think he put up like 18, 19 points or something like that. But yeah, definitely now that Tariq Cohen's out, you need to ride the wave with David Montgomery. I know you're frustrated off his performance last week, but wait it out, bro.
Yeah, wait it out.
All right, next segment.
We are on to Abandoned Ship.
Abandoned ship like the pirates do.
That's right.
Oh no, you're supposed to go down with your ship if you're a pirate, right?
Ain't doing all that. Pirates are crooks, bro. You really think they're going to stay with the ship?
Jack Sparrow left the ship a bunch of times.
Thank you.
He used to go on his little boat. He's like, fuck you,
motherfucker. Exactly.
All right, kick it off, Mariano.
All right, so my first one's Carson Wentz. Get off of that train, man. We already talked about it earlier in the segments. Carson Wentz, let it go. Just stream quarterbacks if that's your main QB.
Yeah, I got him on my list too. And just a couple things I want to add. He had a cool game last week, right? Everyone's like, okay, Carson Wentz is back. However, that wide receiver group is so thin, so it's not doing him any favors. Zach Ertz is probably his number one target. Week in, week out, we don't know. D-Jax, what's the other? Arcega Whiteside. You just don't know if Alshon's injured, right, or something going on. It's just looking a mess for him, and it's not looking good, and the offense is not inspiring at all. Abandoned ship on Carson Wentz. I had him too.
On all Eagles.
On all Eagles.
On all Eagles.
Even Miles Sanders?
Yeah, even Miles Sanders.
There you go. You heard it here. Mariano said abandon the Eagles.
Yep. My next one's Henry Ruggs. The injury just scares me. I thought that he was more banged up than he was when he got hurt in the first game. Mm-hmm. When John Gruden was riding him like crazy.
Yeah.
But clearly something isn't right, and you just got to drop him and move on. He was probably on your bench anyway. But I'd get someone else into that slot and rock with whoever's on the wire.
Hopefully he gets healthy though.
I'm hoping, man, because our offense is different when he's out there.
We need him to open up those underneath throws.
Or even the running game.
Yeah. Going on to my abandoned ship, I have Joe Mixon. Simply because they fucking throw the ball so fucking much on that team. Mm-hmm. They've thrown 141 passes. Joe Burrow has attempted in 3 weeks, bro. That's a shit ton of passes, bro.
That's almost 40 passes a game.
That's almost 40 passes a game, bro.
That's one
game he threw 60 fucking passes.
That's great for Tyler Boyd.
That is
one of my receivers.
That is good for the receivers, but for Joe Mixon, it's horrible.
Yeah.
He's a good running back. The offense isn't helping him, and the offensive line isn't helping him. Right. So, abandon ship on Joe Mixon if you can.
Yeah. My next one is David Johnson. So, David Johnson is only averaging 11.5 touches a game, which, I don't know, it's a decent flex, but RB1, RB2,
yeah,
I'd keep him out of there if you can. I mean, I'd love to have him at the moment, but if you had the luxury of expending one of your running backs, get rid of David Johnson.
Going on to my abandoned ship, I have Mark Ingram, simply because it's a running back by committee over there in Baltimore. He's no longer the running back one that we saw last season. He was a good steal last season. We ranked him high this season too, me and you, but we weren't expecting the whole running back by committee shit. But yeah, Mark Ingram, he's getting old too. He's not the back that he used to be. Obviously, if they have to implement those younger running backs in the game. But yeah, next time he has a big week, get him off your team, just like we told you to last week on our buy low, sell high.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. My next one's J.K. Dobbins.
I'm just dogging on the Ravens running backs.
Yeah, man, I had such high expectations for this rookie running back class, and the only one that seems to be putting out is Jonathan Taylor.
James Robinson too, undrafted.
Yeah, James Robinson, but that wasn't on anyone's radar.
Yeah,
you know, J.K., I got it wrong. He's not ready yet. Mark Ingram still getting his touches and stuff. So
yeah, Gus Edwards leading the team in touches.
Yeah.
So it's just a horrible situation over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Going on to my next abandoned ship, I have Kenyon Drake. He had like so many big games when he joined Arizona last year, right?
Yeah.
We're not seeing that this year. He's not like the value that he's drafted at. He's drafted very high.
Yeah.
Right? Second round, early second round, early third round, you know. Drafted too high for me. He's not this dynamic running back one that everyone thought he was going to be. He's good flex play still, don't get me wrong, but he's just like not as dynamic as everyone was expecting him to be, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I have him in one of my leagues, and it's just not to what we expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for my last abandoned ship, it's going to be DeAndre Swift. This is another one that I was wrong about, and I'll take ownership, you know. I had so much hope for these rookie running backs.
Come on, me.
Yeah, and it was just rough, and so I'm abandoning ship on both of them. If you could pick anyone else up, do it now.
That was fucked up how they brought in Adrian Peterson, like, right to start the season,
Yeah,
bro.
dude. Once they brought AP in,
This fucking fucked everything up.
that messed everything up.
Going on to my last abandoned ship, I have Jared Cook. He's a great athletic tight end, but he's just so touchdown dependent for me. He needs a touchdown every week to be relevant. He's on a good offense. However, they don't use him. I guess they like using their wide receivers, and they also have Alvin Kamara. So, yeah, if you have Jared Cook, abandoned ship for sure.
Get that man out of there.
And this concludes both of our segments for this week. So this is the end of our 4th episode of the Fantasy Expertz podcast. Thank you everyone that's been listening to the podcast, that's been subscribing, that's been sharing, that's been liking, commenting, all that shit. Everyone that keeps us busy, everyone that keeps this page busy. We really appreciate it.
It's really appreciated.
If we don't have the motivation, there's no point to put all this shit out. So we do this shit week in, week out for you guys because you guys keep on coming back. And, you know, it's great. Our goal is to grow the channel, get more information out to more people. And it's working so far. And each week we're going up in followers, subscribers, everything. So appreciate you guys. Really do.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
And that's pretty much it for this week. You got any last words, Mariano?
No, we good.
Ready to go to sleep. Ready to get high and go to sleep.
Cheech and Chong, the fantasy podcast.
You heard it here.
Heard it.
It's the Fantasy Expertz. We're out, man.
Laters.